anxiety and stress and excitement, I suppose. Last pick now for draw goes in towards the Rel. Rel in towards Poppy can be a bit rough, and of course the Poppy great into Ambessa and Pantheon as well. So Tarzan has a lot to use his forcing him away from turrets so he doesn't get any of the minions. Not sure I've seen much of that really. Normally like having that ultimate, but it feels like a little bit of... Oh, hang on a second, Zenplay going forwards. There is a flash of Elper Scout if he can make it out here. He does now. Tarzan could go for a wall stun. Double shockwave onto the jungle support. Xiaoshu does not have flash, does not have ult. Draw, when's his next cooldown coming over? That's the wall stun onto him. W means that the Xiaoshu can't start dashing around, but now that's worn off, and the first kill goes towards JDG. Hope going over the wall, but Maze follows him, and the Valkyrie starts to do damage, and Hope does have a flash. Doesn't matter, he goes down. Shanks now on the retreat. Great Captain Jack from Pays as he takes another one. From one Korean AD carry to the other. Nonsense. Kyle's been doing it. Hang on a second. Tarzan does have flash. It'll get the wall. Stun! Very dead Pays. His jungle support were just around the corner, but they were not in front of him, and they could not stop that play from happening. Pinpoint on the wall there from Tarzan. Great kill onto the enemy AD carry. Herald started and likely finished by anyone's legend. Still had 2 grubs and a herald to force down towers. Dragon is alive. If JDG were to take that, they would get themselves their second dragon, which is... What did Finn say? 2 dragons is a warning. 3 dragons is a threat. You take, 3, 4 autos after that and be dead. Shanks taking this turret top side. Scout taking aggro first. Turret starts to heat up. Pantheon now coming down too. And Ambessa blocks the way out. Tower taken on the other side. So first turret of the game goes to anyone's legend, but Flandre will die under bot lane turret. And we'll take a break for the next 30 seconds. Mid lane turret now threatened by anyone's legend. They'll take that one easily, so it's likely going to be a 2-for-1 turret trade. With the extra kill going over to JDG, of course, too. Leona out of their own Zenith blade. Turret will be taken on bot side. 3 turrets now for anyone's legend. They have the entire outer ring taken down in the last few minutes. Keep those 2 teams down. Atakan started. It will be on vision. JDG will be spotted. Anyone's legend will just outside the tri-brush. They should know about this now. What does Sion do? Does he teleport? Does he ultimate? He's out of range from his ult right now, and he needs to teleport in. Alright, so that means it's going to be a little bit leashed, down to half HP. JDG will want to make sure that the stacks of Atakan's shred fall off. Then they'll want, hopefully, anyone's legend to go in towards that. That's an ultimate onto Xiaoshu, and goes straight into the Steadfast Presence. Should have flashed instead. Without the Ambessa, I think the team fight becomes so much more difficult, and to flash away from the shockwave. As it's going to be some anti-synergy. Hope walking forwards has enough movement speed for anyone's legend to rip their first big fight of the game. Big mistake from Xiaoshu. Big mistake from Draw just after as well. JDG leash the Atakan, do not control vision, and anyone's legend slap him. Great fight from Tarzan and from Hope in particular. Separating out the Ambessa, then running down the competition. Anyone's legend will claim themselves the Atakan at the feats of strength and a bunch of gold off the back of it. JDG didn't get themselves a single kill in that fight. Not a single one. We're just talking about how Ambessa is very important in these fights, and right there was shut down very cleanly. That's why we were saying, well, JDG needs to position well. The front line from them is kind of non-existent. And then the winner of that goes on to play the Grand Finals in the Grand Finals. Technically, all of this playoffs is known as the Grand Finals. Scout caught out on the side lane. No one's coming to help him. Does have flash, does have teleport. I don't think either of them are going to save him, though. And that'll be a dead Orianna. Stun charged up. Goodbye, Clockwork Lady. Kill for Shanks, his opposing number. Protect their people away from the pack. Another turret taken an inner one this time. So good gold. God, that's some dramatic stuff. Of course, actually had a fantastic series versus Gen.G. No, versus T1 the other day. That's the one. KT, of course, had the one versus Gen.G. Flandre caught out on the side lane. Wow, that's a lot of damage. You cannot underestimate that damage from the Ambessa as the Sion immediately goes down. Well, and now I wonder, do JDG feel like they can Baron? I think they have to Baron. They're in fact going to go to the ultimate in the top side. If they can catch out Shanks, that is a huge victory for them. Stun for stun traded. Shanks doesn't have flash. Can Draw get there in time. Kyle flash forwards. Not getting that much, so Shun taking a chunk out of Shanks. Tarzan spotted on the flank here. I do just wonder if they should have gone Atacon. The 20-second, not Atacon, Baron. They do have 20 seconds till that guy now respawns. They're taking their sweet time about it, and they choose not to take the objective. Hope was pushing in mid lane. Could have threatened an inhibitor turret. Kyle doesn't have flash available right now. Teleport across the rift. There is going to be an ultimate available from the Ambessa. Hope going forwards. Flash. Point and click stun, and the Tarzan ultimate is blocked by the unstoppable nature of the Ambessa ultimate. Shanks needs to get a big combo. Gets 3 in there. Shun goes down. Shockwave goes onto someone else, though, as Tarzan needs to live, otherwise the Smite will go down with it, and JDG find a way to take the damage off the table, and suddenly it's 4 dead. That will open up the Baron on the top side of the map. It's JDG. Shun will not get the prize. Flandra using the ultimate, trying to see if he can dunk onto them, but slams into the wall. Unfortunate for him. Teleport now coming in, though, from Leona. It's going to go very, very low. And remember, there is no Smite claimed by the Orianna. Jump out of the pit. Flandra trying to get some exit kills. The repudiation. Good damage from him. And it's the flash back over the wall from Paze. And now it's just the Leona. It's just the Leona. They don't have the damage left. And Kyle might even die himself. Kyle teleported in, but only finds his own doom. JDG get another couple of kills. Now Shanks is coming to join the party with the frontline advantage. Teleported to catch anyone's legend out as they tried to push in mid lane with their bot lane. Then things snowballed from there. Sold points to JDG, the third one. You have no secondary carry on your team, really, as anyone's legend. The Annie, I don't think the Annie counts. Not really. Especially now. Bit of a low tide again. Lol state draw. Does have flash. Puts down a ward and finds out Kyle and Hope. Good damage onto him. They're putting it. Wow, that's a lot of damage. Hope kills him. I don't think Draw expected that much damage. Could have flashed out to safety. Chose. Now, Flandra is not nearly as tanky as I thought he was. Xiaoxu really gutted him in one of those last plays. Flash away from Hope. Ult out a Fog of War. Great reaction timing from Hope. One of the oldest AD carries in the league, but those hands have not aged poorly. Shanks flashes towards and misses the stun. Hope's on a range to do damage. Now Hope's DPSing over the wall. Now that's a little bit better. Shockwave onto 3. Shun does have the E available as he comes up. Will not get himself a clean flash in there, though. And despite Shanks completely breaking his own ankles, I think anyone's legend will walk away with the fight. Shun is dead. There is no smite. I don't really know why JDG felt like they had to go for a fight in that kind of terrain. I don't get it. Hope. Fairly low HP, I suppose. Heals up a little bit. Flandra walking out. The Xiaoxu has a good amount of damage. It might all be on Xiaoxu. The dragon getting lower. Anyone's legend just really need this to die. Got another 20 HP. God, that was a scary smite. Kyle will die. Xiaoxu, does he have his ultimate coming up soon? It is quite late into the game. I wonder if this retreat goes long enough, whether Xiaoxu can get his ult back up. It should be up in about 15 seconds, less than that. Xiaoxu, his ultimate's coming back up soon. Hope no flash, he'll die. This might lead to the Baron. Hope does manage to get the kill onto Paze on his way out, though. 80 carry for 80 carry. Shockwave and the... Oh, God, it's so... Okay, right, spaghetti everywhere. Xiaoxu and Scott both missing their ultimates. JDG get themselves the enemy 80 carry down, and I get more and more levels into that. Okay, now no ultimate from the Yunara. JDG finally start the Baron. There's a dragon in a minute, too. If you lose a fight here, you might lose the dragon afterwards. Poppy ultimate. How good is that going to be? Coming out of the brush, and will manage to get the wall stun going forward to Scout. Uses the Seekers. Has flash to reposition as he goes out as well. Flash ward from Flandra. Triple shockwave. And I think Flandra might be left out to die. Xiaoxu does have the GH. Flandra still alive just about as Shun goes down. No smite. And anyone's legend will take the Baron afterwards. With that in mind, they might just get the dragon afterwards too. Smite coming through. JDG can't quite clutch it out. Pleasure to watch Tarzan play. Not just the Poppy ultimate anyone's legend, the Baron there too, of course. Xiaoxu not going towards the Cerilda's the other side of the map. I don't think they'll get to break the base in this push now, though. With a minute and a half left. Hang on a second. Shun has no flash. There's a teleport coming. No, teleport coming in. The ultimate coming through. Shun caught out again. Shun's had a pretty poor game here on the Pantheon. Most of his ultimate spotted out by anyone's legend. Most of his team fights has not really been that impactful. And now, because the jungler is dead, they can break the base. JDG had to leave the inhibitor turret for dead, and the inhibitor itself. There's still no last item coming in from Paze. Not been able to get himself that. Tarzan pops up that ultimate, and that means that they can go towards Nexus turret number 1. Can they kill it totally? I think they can, because they have the 2 grubs, and that's going to be a great wall stun onto Scout. Xiaoxu missing the ultimate. It was dodged away from Shockwave. Not bad, but I don't think it's going to be enough, and Xiaoxu will go down too. Anyone's Legend take 1 pick onto Shun and roll into a game win. Hope will spring eternal. This JDG will have to think about the next game in the series. Going down 0-1. Anyone's Legend, a quick lead. In this lower bracket match, Anyone's Legend take the lead.